So what's going on, guys? Here in front of me is the gold market, and if we zoom out to the weekly chart, we see here that we pretty much have been on an uptrend since 2018, and here we had a bit of a trend that went to the downside, but we broke above this trend, which means we are now continuing this uptrend, which means we could here pull back and rally from a retest here, or we could go a bit higher, maybe then pull back, maybe not that high, but like here, and then pull back and then rally from there. But in general, the trend is still up, and usually what gold tends to do over time is to go up, simply because if you take a look back to the 80s, it is a simple rule. I mean, there's only a specific amount of gold on this planet, so we can't make more gold or anything else, otherwise it would be fake gold and lose its value. On the other hand, if we take a look at money, money can be printed well, pretty much every day, all day long, so there is no limited amount of money on this world, unlike gold, and this is why gold tends to go higher over time, especially the more money is printed, and this is what happened over the last couple of months and years due to Corona, and this is why it is pretty likely that gold will rally much higher, especially here in 2008 when we had the crash. We saw the rally, well, pretty much still 3 years later, and this is what could happen here. So going down to the daily chart, so let me quickly get rid of this. We saw the breakout of this, well, triangle bullish flag, whatever you want to call it, with a pretty solid bullish candlestick, and now what seems to be happening is a retest, whether we can continue straight from the support line now, that acted previously as a resistance line. So we are going back to this area. Also keep in mind that support and resistance lines are usually not really lines, but are more kind of zones, which means they should always be treated as zones and be bigger. So, but at around 1830 is where the resistance line was, and it looks like we are now retesting this now support line after the breakout, and so the simple trade here would be to look for a continuation here, and be a buyer at the support line, which would be here around, again, the 1830 levels. Which would look something like this. The stop loss could be here somewhere around, well, depends how risky you want to trade, but I mean, we could go and put it at around 1820 just to make it pretty simple, to be honest, which would be here somewhere. And the target, well, depends how long you want to hold it, but you could go for this resistance line here at around 1900, or target completely new highs since we could break the 2000 levels somewhere around here and go much higher. But if we keep it as simple as possible, the take profit would be here, and it will still be a risk reward of 6 point. Let's make it a 6 point somewhere. Okay, about 6 point. So going down to a little bit lower time frames. Here we are at the moment still holding this. Well, we kind of are holding the support line. We had a couple of bullish wicks which couldn't break completely above the support line, but we could still head lower to this area here, which would be a nice entry. From now on the 1 hour chart, well, we could here maybe form a bit of a triangle. Let's take the 15-minute chart. Nothing much here going on either. Let's check the 3-minute chart. Nothing much going on. Well, for now it is still not clear if we will pull lower or rally straight from this support line to levels around 1840 that we are at right now. But if we can see a pullback, this is where I would be here at buyer at around 1830. Stop loss here above these, one of these support lines here, either the 1817 area or this one, the 1812 area. Depends where your entry will be. I mean, if you enter now, the risk reward wouldn't be that great, so I would wait here for a pullback. But if we do see one, this is the trade. So thanks for watching. This was the video about gold. Because here on the daily, if we go here another trend line, we could see here a bullish flag being formed, which would here go to the support zone and then rally from here. So this was the analysis for gold.